guys, welcome back for another video. Today I've got another review of yet another motorcycle dash cam system. Now, if you've watched my reviews in the past, you know I'm constantly on the search for a great one. Something that just plain works. Is this going to be it? We shall see. It does look promising though. So I don't even know the exact name of this one. It's from a company called VSYSTO. I'm just going to guess. Anyway, I'll put the link down below. And the company did tell me that they're having a huge sale starting tomorrow. So you might want to check it out if this tests okay. But let's quickly go through the features. It is pretty straightforward. So as with other systems we've seen, we have two high quality Sony sensor cameras. And these have proven to be exceptional quality, both day and night, for a couple of years now. So I have no qualms about these being very good. They have upgraded a lot of little details. Number one being the connections here. They're no longer just a simple push together plastic connection. We now have metal locking rings with a nice knurling, so that's welcome. The entire cable assembly is a lot thicker too. It looks like they've either added shielding or just added bigger, grippier ends. The lenses are also flared out a little bit, so this should be a little bit wider angle than, say, the last ones that I've been doing. Now the control unit, this is another big change. It is 100% waterproof, or at least rainproof, as they say. Everything is rainproof. So this entire system, no matter what part it is, can be mounted outside. You no longer have to stuff anything under your seat. So this is mountable to the handlebars. And if you care to do that, it is a big size screen. It's about equivalent to an older iPhone, like an iPhone 5 or 6, and it's got a good weight to it. So I don't know if I would mount this to the extremities of your handlebars. It may affect your balance and vibration, but if you want to put it on your frame or on your fairing or in the center of the bars, that would be a pretty good option. We do have a little threaded insert here. I would not trust that for mounting. And the mount they give us, I'm going to take a look at it on the bike, but number one, it's heavy, it's metal. No more plastic pieces. Love to see that. And I'm not sure, but it appears to be maybe a big, strong magnet mount. We've got a big, round, flat mount here that looks like it lines up with the back of this, so we'll see. We have a GPS module, and what this does is give us on-screen telemetry. Sometimes it'll give you a map if you want to replay a video. Oftentimes it just gives you your speed and altitude and sometimes direction of travel. So that's cool, just for a little bit more info. And it should also give us a clock. We have two packages of the wiring going back to the cameras. And like I said, they've got the nice metal connections now, not just pushed together plastic. Again, fully waterproof. And a fully waterproof remote control for mounting up on the dash. And this is an emergency button, basically. There are two buttons, and they both do the exact same thing, so I'm not really sure why they did that. I think they probably reuse this part on multiple systems, and different systems do different things with it. But in this case, all you do is, in a panic, press either one of the buttons just once, and that will lock in your last clip so it can't be overwritten. That's in case you see something and you want to make sure that it's captured. You just do that. And in this particular system, this secondary function is to turn on or off the Wi-Fi, connecting this system directly to your phone or tablet. And you hold down to do that, to toggle it on or off. And that's all this does. We have a hardwire kit. This is for going directly to the battery, and that will turn the system on or off automatically with the bike's engine. It will continue recording for 3 minutes after shutdown and turn on within a few seconds of powering up the bike. Alternatively, it is USB powered, and you can connect to any USB port that you have wired to the bike. And by the way, I would not wire directly to the battery. I would go through a distribution module with a separate fuse. It's a lot safer. However, you can also use the USB to go directly to a power bank. So you can have a completely portable temporary install system, which is exactly how I do these just for these reviews, since I'm not permanently mounting them to the bike. And then we just have a bunch of little zip ties and large zip ties, and everything comes with double-sided 3M tape, and that's for installing everything to the bike, and it works very well. Other than that, it's just some rudimentary, half Chinese, half English instructions, and it's basically just download our app, good luck. So that's about it. The app I'm expecting to be just, here's the videos that it's recorded and maybe some quality settings. Let's go ahead and throw it on the bike and show us how it looks. So we're hooking up here, pretty much same as always. Camera in the back, camera in the front, about to wire up. Coming to the mount. I was afraid this was going to happen. So the mount itself, fairly sturdy. It's aluminum, it's all metal. This is like a spring-loaded 360 swivel here, so I mean, that part works fine. Everything else is crap. The bolts they give you, it's just a two-part bolt-together clamp, are not long enough to do anything with. I don't even think they would fit a lot of bicycles, let alone motorcycles, let alone touring bike bars. So I've just got it janky on here just with one bolt, just to hold it in place, just to see what I could do with it. And I mean, yeah, if that was replaced with longer bolts from the hardware store, that would at least stay in place, but it wouldn't make any difference because this joint is just completely loose. This, first of all, they give you a safety Torx tool and bolts, and this is how this mounts, by the way, that top little thread nut, which I thought was maybe a tripod mount. That's the security Torx mount here, and it's just a rubber pad on the back, so it's not magnetic or anything like that. This thing just sits here and floats. But you can see how loose this joint is, and that's fully tightened down. It does absolutely nothing. So this is going under the seat, even just for testing. Absolutely useless to be up here. You know, you could make your own mount, I'm sure, but forget what's in the box as far as that goes. And then even if you do mount it up here, you got all the cables to connect outside, so it would pretty much look like crap. So this is just going somewhere under here, same as all my other tests, and then we'll get it going. It does come with a 64 gig card. I've got that in there, and I will set that up. It was an easy app download. You just scan the QR code and the instructions, and everything is controlled by the app, so I'll let you know how that goes once we get some test footage. So as soon as you turn on the bike or apply power, it automatically starts recording, tells you to have a good trip. I just have to align the cameras. They are swivelable and pivotable. It does look like a really nice wide angle there. That looks really good. Very high-res screen, quite impressed with that. So let's go ahead and button the bike back up, at least with my seats, and go take a test ride. I'm especially interested in low light performance. We've all seen how great they are during the day. I want to see how they are at night, how stable they are. So the system itself on the screen has a very nice interface. It's speedy. The buttons are capacitive. You don't have to really chomp down on them. There are limited functions in the app, but I find most of them here in the unit itself. It's a very high-res screen. No faults with that whatsoever. I've just gone through and set everything up. You've got all the usual stuff, resolution, your time and date, turning the GPS on and off. You can turn on the battery display on the screen, whether you want it to talk to you or not, or beep or not, all kinds of stuff in here. And I believe I've got it all good to go. So now I'm just going to use one of the little Allen wrenches and twist my cameras around, get everything going. The main screen is very easy to get to. Let's go back here. So this is the main screen. When you're recording, which it does automatically, you just press OK to stop, and then you can go to this screen by pressing the menu. This will take you back to record. This will play your library of recorded clips, and this takes you into that settings screen. This just sets your language. And that's all there is to it. So it's nice and simple.
Alright, so everything about this ride is going to be recorded on the system itself, on the front and rear cameras. I'll take us through brightly lit spots, out into some traffic. We'll see how we can replace. We'll go through some dark areas, see how the banding goes, and hear what the audio sounds like. I don't know if the microphone is in the front camera or in the unit. I don't think it's in the rear. Let's see how it looks to sound. And then I'll come back and tell you about the editing after I've done it to give you my final thoughts.
So playback from the device is dead nut simple. It's, working perfectly. You just go to play, shows you the thumbnails of all the clips, and you can change the length of the clips. I got it on the default 3 minutes, and it looks spectacular. Okay, so I'm going to try it now from the app, and we should be able to, so you can see all the thumbnails there. It's not a touch screen. I wish it was. You just have to use the select buttons here and OK, and this becomes the back button. But that's it. It works really well. These are all my test clips before I went out when I was adjusting the camera. All you do is hit play, or hit OK, I should say. It instantly reads and goes. No errors, no nothing. Shows you all the information about the file, time, date. There's no GPS overlay. That might only be in the app. I will have to see. All right, I'm going to take a look at the app now. So the app is not working for me at all right now. I can't even connect to the camera. It connects to my phone via Wi-Fi okay, and then you pull up the app and it gives a VLC error, which is a video player. So I don't know, they got something funky going on. I looked at the App Store reviews and a bunch of other people are having problems. It's got a 2 out of 5 rating. So my suggestion is just kind of forget it has the app. You don't need it for anything. You can play everything directly back through here. So what I'm gonna do right now is pull the card out, go inside and see how easy the files are to work with. Sometimes they're in a funky format, but just given what I've seen here, it's recording very well, but I want to see the quality, and you guys have already seen it since I haven't even thrown it in the computer yet. Let's take a look. So pulling in the card here to the computer, we have an F and an R folder for the front and the rear, and wow, it looks exceptional. Here's a 1:1 quality rendering. It's a standard H.264 in a .mov wrapper. Saturation, color accuracy, not that great. It's pretty dull, but black levels look okay. Shadow detail looks very good. This is a very bright lit, almost daylight scene. This is the inside of my studio with a crap load of LED lights in there. So I have no complaints about this sharpness. I don't see any artifacts. It looks, as far as the detail goes, just as good as a GoPro, but not overall quality-wise. Now remember, this is not an action cam, this is a dash cam. This is for an oops accident. Now the audio, I'll let you hear in a second in video, but it's really bad. So it's gonna be good enough for, general environment noises, not for any kind of speaking. It sounds like I'm underwater in a bucket. But it looks great. Well, this is wonderful. I'm getting the same type of errors I would have had on other Chinese dash cams. These files are non-standard once you actually pull it into a program. So what I have to do is take the raw files and convert them to a standard format with Handbrake, and I'll be able to use them in an editor. But as it stands, you can't directly use the files. You have to go through the app to mail it or export it to your phone, which it does do if you can get in there. The app isn't working quite right. Or you can play back directly on your computer or the device itself, but you can't actually use these files raw. But I do know how to get around this. So wrapping this up, final thoughts. Couple negatives. One, it's still not a world-class product. Obviously, it's not as polished. For the price they're charging, I think it should be though. Like I said earlier though, if you look right now when this video comes out, it's on like a 50% off sale. I think it's definitely worth that. 300 bucks regular price? That's pushing it. You should be able to get more for your money for 300 bucks in my opinion, and everything should be perfect. The mount is worthless, but like I said, even if it wasn't, you wouldn't want it up on front of your bike anyway. So, it's not great, but not a big fault there. The app, they need to work on the app. They need that to be 100% working before they launch the product. They've got a lot of work to do. I got it to work once and I was able to save one file to the phone. So it does work when it feels like it. That's gonna be a software update. I'm not too worried about that. That's it, that's all the bad news. The good news is, holy crap, the quality is top notch. Seriously, it's beautiful footage. Now, this is not for those that want to record the ride and make a cool video about it at the end of the day. You're going to end up with less hair than I have if you ever try to do that with this footage. It is a pain in the ass to work with, but for its intended purpose as an emergency dash cam system where you need that clip of the accident or whatever you saw, it works flawlessly. Playback is instant on the device. Playback, when it works, is instant on the app, and you can instantly save and send the files on the app. They do play natively, perfectly on my computer. No problem. It's just the editing. But you don't need to edit accident footage. You just need to view it. So I'm not knocking it there. It works very well as far as all the functions that it promises. And that's it. It's not promising to do stuff that doesn't work, so kudos there. It's not telling you that you're going to be able to Bluetooth in from your helmet comm system into the audio. The audio, you know what? It's good enough for a dash cam system. Again, it's not meant to pick up any kind of conversation. It's meant to pick up screeching tires and crash noises, and it does. The cameras have exceptional night quality. No faults there. So if you're looking for a dash cam system, I give it a thumbs up. That's it. Hope it helps somebody. And if you're local and you would like to buy this one really cheap, let me know because it's for sale. See ya.